Good morning, everyone. This is Domret, and it is a beautiful early morning. Um, it's the full moon today. Anyway, so what I want to talk about today is, and this is, it might be offensive, but that's what I do. Um, I wanted to talk about the trans movement. What is the trans movement? What is the trend, the meme of transsexualism? And is it really good for anybody? Thing is that I don't know how good this is for people. I don't know how good this is. Um, I don't know because okay, so being gay, thumbs up. Okay. Um, Dressing exactly how you want to dress, thumbs up. Being genderqueer, thumbs up. Being gender neutral, thumbs up. Using pronouns, thumbs up. Surgery, surgery to make your body, like, drastically alter your body in order to try to fit an ideal, a look that you think fits with a gender. Eh, eh, eh. And here's my experience, okay? My experience is that when I was 18, I thought I was really fat, okay? And so I had a bunch of liposuction to try to get thin because I wanted to be thin, okay? So fast forward many years. First of all, it's they did a horrible job, and I had lumps of fat and places where it was all like all the fat was missing. It's surgery, right? It's not a perfect science. It's a bunch of people hacking at your body with knives and tools. It's not perfection, okay, by any means. It's an art, and there's a lot of hacks out there. There's a lot of horrible surgeons. So we've got this trend, though, trend to take hormones, right, to change your sex, and that's something that you can take them, and if you decide to get off of them, the worst thing that's going to happen, you might have like a different voice, you might have like your sex organs might be swollen or shriveled or something by a little bit. I don't think that's the end of the world. Although I have had friends that thought that they were trans and took testosterone to be men and then decided they were straight. And of course, there's physical alterations that last for life from that. But that's not really my concern. My concern here is the surgery thing, okay? You don't need to cut off your dick in order to be female. You don't need to get plastic breasts in your body to be female. You don't need to get the fat sucked out of your breasts in order to be male. You don't need to pay thousands of dollars to fucking surgeons, fucking plastic surgeons, in order to be what you want to be. We've got this plastic world, this disposable world, where the ideal of what we see, well, that's what we see. I know the vision of a woman. The vision of a woman, is what I see in the beauty pageants. The vision of a man is what I see in the ads. It's all a bunch of fucking rubbish, okay? It's industry. It's industry, and they're trying to sell you on what you need. So whether you're straight or gay or whatever, or you're gender identifying as the other gender. And, back in the day with Native Americans, there was 4 genders, okay? So we had men and we had women that stayed home, looked after children, made food, tended the fire, and we had men and women that were warriors and hunters, and it was more about what you wanted to do with yourself than it was about your genitals. And so we've got this horrible, stupid genital focus. Okay, newsflash. Okay, if you cut off your dick and make a vagina out of it, you're not going to have as much sensation by like a lot. Like probably like 85%, okay? You're going to have very little sexual sensation. The suicide rate for people that get these surgeries is humongous. It's humongous. It's off the fucking charts. And Johns Hopkins or Mayo Clinic, one of the top places that used to do these surgeries, actually stopped doing them because they had such a huge suicide rate they couldn't even justify doing them anymore. And because it's like, well, if everyone's fucking killing themselves afterwards, we're gonna be liable, But it's all about money. It's all about money. This trend is all about money. What's her name with Caitlyn Jenner? Is that it? It's like, well, I spent $200,000 on surgery, so now I'm a female. Well, you drastically altered your appearance, yeah. Um, and you got a bunch of fucking surgery, and you're privileged and rich as fuck, and yeah, I mean, you're looking kind of female. But is that our goal? Is that our goal? Is to be just fucking plastic and just what I cut off my dick. I don't have sexual pleasure anymore. I didn't want to be a chick with a dick. I wanted a fake vagina. And I paid someone $50,000 to make me one. So now I can look more like a woman or feel like a woman, but I can't have sexual pleasure? This is like so fake. It's so fucking fake, and it's not good for anybody. I'm sorry, it's not good for anybody. If you want to cross dress, fucking awesome. If you're a guy and you want to make boobies by pushing up on your skin, dude, I barely have any boobies and I'm a female. And if I push up, you can make a little cleavage. Nobody cares. You don't need fake fucking shit in your body. You don't need to pay surgeons $100,000. This is an industry. It's a disgusting, vampiristic fucking industry. Period. They're just sucking money from people because people see an ideal and they think that that's gonna, when I look like that, then I'm gonna be happy. Newsflash, no, the suicide rate is way high. People don't get happy because they have an altered body. They get happy because they get enough rest, they have friends, they get out in the sun, they eat well, they fucking have connections, they have a life purpose. That's what makes people happy. They have good sex, they have good sexual relationship with themselves. That's what makes people happy, okay? That's what makes people joyful. Not fake titties, not liposuction, not cutting off your fucking dick. And one thing I think that Americans are so ready to cut off their dick because their dick is already cut with circumcision. I think this is a plague. This is a plague. This whole idea of we're gonna cut up our genitals to make something different for God or for a gender ideal. It's rubbish. Everyone deserves complete genital autonomy. Nobody should ever be cutting on anyone's genitals. Period. It's fucking disgusting. And even when people are born with male and female, and they're like, well, we're gonna cut this and we're gonna do this and we're gonna decide which sex the baby is. Why don't you just let that kid chill out? Chill out and grow up to be 12 or 13, and they can decide if they want to be male or female, and they can take the hormones that are necessary. Don't cut off their dick. Sorry, science, doctors, surgeons, money makers, quit cutting people, and quit cutting people's fucking genitals. And quit it with this idea that you need a big fucking fake plastic titties in your body to be female. You don't need any of that shit. It's all shit. It's one thing to go to the Mac counter and make yourself a female. And that's fucking awesome. I think I said something about gay guys doing makeup tutorials. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for the easy, manipulative sort of outside ways or whatever. But the surgery thing really gets me because I know for myself just how much I regretted, altering my body for some sort of ideal, and it doesn't even work out very well. These surgeons are hacks, and why would you let them touch you? Why would you let them cut you just because you're trying to look like something, right? Let's get back into the body. Let's feel something. Let's feel ourselves, right? Let's feel our own self and our own body and get into the body, deeply, deeply regain our somatic senses, our animal senses, and if you reach, a later age, if you're in your 30s and you absolutely must have, boobies or something like that, that's one thing. But this thing about, we're gonna give a boob job to someone who's under 18, or we're gonna have, all this stuff very early in life. Oh, there's a huge chance that that's gonna lead to depression, suicide, and regret. We gotta ride this thing out. Just observe it. Observe Caitlyn Jenner and all these, people that think the appearance is the most important thing. Observe them, see the longevity here of like, well, I look like this, okay, but I don't, it's about the feeling. If you feel female, well, fuck, then you're female. If you feel male, you're male. And whatever the fuck those words mean, because they don't really mean a lot, they don't really mean that much. We've got our biological gender, right? Our sex gender about, reproduction, right? But then there's the world of energy in which we're all male and we're all female. So let's get into that world. Let's get into that. Let's explore our energy and our body and feel what it's like to be embodied before we start paying people to fucking cut us. Do you see the insanity of like paying someone to cut you? And I was totally insane. And we make young people insane with the magazines and the media. We make young people insane. Your hormones start ramping up, and you're interested in sex, and you say, well, I need this or that to be attractive. No, you don't. You don't. All you need is your own happiness and your own feeling like you are attractive in yourself, and that will get you way, way, way further than any sort of like paying someone to cut you. It's just, it's my opinion. I'd love comments and criticisms. All right, guys, bye.